No, I'm not showing no sperm memes on my channel, especially not sperm that's gone up a cop's butthole. Damn, I am a grown-ass man. Hey, everybody, welcome to the MURCA Guns and Freedom Podcast with your host, me, the Yankee Marshal. Today is going to be just like every other day. It's just an open chat, so come on in. Let us know what you want to talk about. You ask the questions, you suggest the topics. There's multiple different ways you can do it, either in the live chat, send me an email, use the link at the top of the chat to do a super chat. Let me know what you want to think. You decide what we talk about. And remember, I'm not the only one that might have the answer, so pay attention to the live chat. So other people in here might be able to answer that question for you. If I can't, the rare occasion that I don't know, someone else in there might. So feel free to chat amongst yourselves as much as you want in there. If you want to talk to me, make sure you put out the Yankee Marshal in front of it. But let's go ahead and get started here. And I like to start every day by reading the names of people that have purchased merchandise, because that does go to support TYMP, and in some cases, pets and vets, depending on what merchandise you buy, because there is some stuff that's designated to help pets and vets. We got Tom Grisby. He got that Dale shirt today. I think he actually got it last night, but it was after the chat. We got Eric Hintz. He got him a pink All Nine Lives Matters hat. I bet that's for his wife or something, or girlfriend, or maybe it's for him and just likes pink. I don't know. Paxton Adams also got the Dale Dribble shirt. John Conan got some Magnets. He asked yesterday for some. Brian Huff, who's becoming one of my bigger customers lately, got some shirts. Did he get anything? He got the Bobby shirt, and he got the "Tisn't Just a Scratch" shirt, the one with the Black Knight from Monty Python. Well, Black Knight from history. It's not just Monty Python. Scott Nance also got the Guns Don't Kill People. Oh, and he got the Weapons Are Our Religion shirt. So I got to make sure to put him on the Church of Phil list, because I don't think he's on there. Let me look and see. I don't think he is. Let me add him to it. We got a new Church of Phil member, everybody. So another name at the end of the the list. And then we got Johnny Mandrick got a Dale shirt and Magnet. So thanks to everybody who bought merchandise like what I'm wearing right now. I'm wearing my "I support the right to arm bears." Someone said that shirt ain't going to sell. You should turn that into a rifle, not a grenade launcher. What's the matter with what he's holding? Plus, a bear is going to have a really hard time working a regular size rifle. Grenade launcher is going to be much easier for him. He's got claws, not fingers, and they're bigger, so he can maneuver it easier. It's not going to be tiny for him. So some people just don't make sense. When a bear is more likely to choose an AR. No, he's going to have something bigger than an AR. Did you never take zoology? All right. With that being said, let's see if we got any questions coming in. We got a couple coming in over here. John Heasley said, "I sent you an email, subject Momo." I saw it. I'll get to it when I get to the emails. It does help to tell me that you send emails, though, because that way I know to look for them and I don't miss them. I miss most emails. People think he's a jerk. He doesn't answer his emails. And I'm like, well, I come here and talk to you for an hour every day. And if you tell me I sent you an email, I'll show it and read it and everything. It's just I don't see them most of the time. I get a lot of fucking emails. I'm old. I'm not good at keeping track of which emails I've seen, which emails I haven't, where they're at. People send me messages on I sent you a message on Instagram and you never answered it. I never saw it, because to this day, I occasionally find how you can find the messages on Instagram, but then I forget again and never see them again for months. But I'm here every day. Every day. Come tell me in person. Wouldn't it be more fun to tell me off to my face? I don't see how people get fun out of calling people names via the internet. It's just not all that much fun. Come do it in person. All right, where are we at? David Ford said, 3-inch Python or 3-inch Smith Model 66 or 3-inch Smith Model 686 Plus? This is a difficult question. 66 is kind of out of the game here for me because, you know, if I'm going to go with the 6-shot, I'm going to go with the Python. If that doesn't mean the Python's the better gun, it means it's got a better trigger. Overall, the better gun is probably pretty equal, but I prefer the Python because of the trigger. Now, the 686 is by far the better gun of any of the three there. Overall, the 686 Plus is better gun. You know, a little sturdier mechanics, which means it doesn't have quite as good a trigger, but a little sturdier mechanics, good design, good size, plus an extra round. So it wins in the overall category. So if you're just like, I want the best revolver I can get in this category, Smith & Wesson 686. If you're like, I want a great revolver, and the thing that I concern myself with most on a revolver is how good a trigger it's got. I don't care if one's a 99 on the quality scale and one's a 98. If the 98's got the better trigger, well, then that makes it higher ranking than the 99. You know what I'm saying? If you're that kind of person, like I am on revolvers, well, then it's the Python. But if it's overall, you just want the better gun, it's the Smith & Wesson 686. And if it's, you just want, I don't know, the 66, get the 66 if you like it better. But of the three, Python, my choice, 686, best choice. I hope that made sense. I draw that out and make it longer than it needs to be, and I try to be more explanatory than I need to be, and I end up just muddling it all up, overthinking it. So hopefully he got the point there. Which is, buy whichever one you want. That's pretty much my point. Did we just get another order come in? I think we might have. Let me read it. Edwin Lee. What did Edwin Lee get? He got some magnets. Oh, and a coffee mug. Don't be a sheepdog. Or no, be a sheepdog. Don't be a sheep. Or be a sheepdog, not a sheep. You don't know what I'm trying to say. You know what he got. But Edwin Lee, so thanks to Edwin Lee for participating in my sales and buying my merch. And I'm transferring all my merch over to a new store. Right now I'm at 511 of 1,120 items. Have to do it all manually. I sat here from the time the chat ended last night, only getting up to go paint my bumper. I even went and just grabbed food and came in here and ate. And I sat here from the time the chat was over with last night till 6:30 this morning, like I said, with only breaks to go paint my bumper, and I had to go to the bathroom. But other than that, sat here transferring items over one at a time, recreating them for the new store. It was a pain in the ass, and it's killing me. It's repetitive, and it's awful. But I got to get it transferred over there because I already paid $250 for the site. Can't let that go to waste. I think I had to pay a year up front or something like that to get it right. All right. And I'm paying a monthly fee from the host purchasing and stuff, and I ain't going to be using it in the first month because I ain't going to get. I'll just waste that money because I ain't going to get all the items over there. So it'll take me a month to do it. All right, now I need to quit babbling and go answer questions, don't I? Let's see, where are we at? What day is it? Who peed in my pants? Salvatore Verga donated. He didn't say nothing, but he donated. I don't know if he's here tonight or not. If he let me know, I didn't see the email. He usually RSVPs if he's going to come, and he donates when he's going to come. He's one of those guys that follows the tenets of Phil. If he comes in here and watches the show, he pays his tithe because he's not a cheap-ass bastard like some of y'all. Dale Riggedy said, I got nothing and paid his tithe. See, he's safe. John Mandrick, that was a purchase, it looks like. Officer Tater Hater paid his $2 tithe to Phil and said, please air the new PG-13 friendly version of the meme I sent you. Hopefully the weeds out more of bootlickers on your channel. I got sexually aroused when they get mad at me. I had a feeling you do that, But no, I'm not showing no sperm memes on my channel, especially not sperm that's gone up a cop's butthole. Up his exit only. It probably gave away too much there. Emmanuel Fernandez chimed in and said, if you press a revolver against someone as the gas is pushed out, does it make a fart noise we don't hear? I doubt it. Because it doesn't have to escape around the barrel through the flesh. It can go with the bullet. So you might inflate them a little bit. Might just go poof. Probably more of a florp noise than a fart noise, I would guess. With my yeah, my internet went out. Hadn't done that in a while. But yeah, I'm not a physicist, but I think it would be more like inflate them for a second. Just whoop, whoop, you just see their eyes bulge a little bit. Like in the cartoons where their eyes shoot out a little bit, come back in. I think it'd be something like that. Like I said, not a physicist though, but I play one on TV sometimes. Well, internet. That was Emmanuel Fernandez. That's an order from John and Mandrick. Robert Lush says, is there still time to enter the super secret? Yes, the super secret giveaway is still going on. I just keep forgetting to mention it. Because it wasn't being successful, so there's no point in me mentioning it, really, because people don't give a shit. But if you do a $5 donation, not only do you get entered into the silver bullet drawing, but as of right now, you get entered into the double super secret Pico giveaway, where I'm giving away probably the second best pocket pistol I've ever owned, next to the C-Can. So yes, there's still time. You got an entry. Not a whole lot, because no people ain't interested. Eddie Lee, that's a purchase. Christopher Jones chimed in and said, so I have to buy a shirt to get on Phil's roll. I give him money all the time. I want the Pico. If you want to be in the church, you got to buy the merch from the Church of Phil. Or how do we know you're really a believer if you don't wear it on your chest? I mean, like, how do you know someone's a Christian if they don't go around screaming, I'm a Christian all the time? Got to do what you got to do, John and Mandrick chimed in and said, saw the CZP09. I think it may be better value than the Shadow 2 carry. Well, probably value, yes. But the Toyota GR Corolla is a better value than the GR Supra. But it's not a better car. Same thing kind of applies there, I think. I do think. What's today's date? 12th. I was thinking I got to go to the gun shop on the 16th. Or is it the 17th? It's the 16th. So it's Friday, right? Friday? I think. Christopher Jones chimed in here and said, hail Phil. Wait, I read that already. Where am I? Did I lose my place in my list over here? Eddie Lee, Christopher Jones, Kevin Payton. All hail Phil. Will your new store sell Twinkies and Yoo-Hoos? No, I can't have Twinkies or Yoo-Hoos. So, no, I don't sell those because I can't have them. Why would I sell you something I can't have, you asshole? I love Twinkies. Love them. Love them, love them, love them, love them, love them. Love all the banana Twinkies. Oh, my God. The banana Twinkies. Oh. Used to get these things like they're little Debbie's, I think, and they were like just like a little rectangular cake, And it was 2 layers of cake with a banana cream filling in the middle, and like yellow cake and then banana cream. Oh, those were the best. And the banana Twinkies are pretty close. I wish I had a banana Twinkie. You people suck. Stop reminding me of banana Twinkies. All right, here. Let me make sure I'm got in the right spot over here. Let's see. I think I am on the right one. I think we got one chat left over here, or 2, maybe 2 now. I should stop doing that. That doesn't come across on audio very well. When I go, I think that's my trademark on here now. My thingamajigging to the non-cult. What? My thing to the non-cult. Can I drop the giveaway knives off at Sporting Systems for you to pick up? Did I not give you the address? You can ship them, but if you can get the Sporting Systems, yeah, you can leave stuff there for me. They always give it to me. Shipping will probably cost more than driving. Oh, well, then you must not be very far away. Yeah, shipping stuff's expensive. It sucks. I think I don't know why, but it's expensive nowadays. And it's a pain in the ass. You got all these regulations you got to meet and everything. Like, I remember I went out once and bought these little canisters that had silver bullets in them to send to everybody. Sent never enough ammo one. He still got his. It's a keychain with a little canister and a silver bullet in it. And I bought them all, and then I went to mail them, and mailing a bullet was so fucking difficult and expensive. I think I paid like $35 per bullet, or it might have been $55 per bullet, because they weren't real silver. They were silver plated. It's real silver plating. It's like a silver jacketed lead bullet. It'll still kill a werewolf. But it was going to cost more to ship them than it did to buy the bullet. So I just went home, bought more bullets, and had it shipped to them from the purchasing them. Where was I at? That was Daniel Pent. But yes, that works. Did you see the video of the police arresting a parallelogram for kicking down a woman's door and escaping on foot? Repeal the NFA. A parallelogram did that? I'm not kidding. He said a parallelogram. Did you see the video of police arresting a parallelogram? Parallegram. I think he might have meant paraplegic. Yes, I did see that video, but I did not see one of a parallelogram kicking somebody's door down. That actually sounds kind of interesting. I'd kind of like to see that. I have to remember what a parallelogram is, but it's been a long time since I had math, any math courses or geometry courses or anything like that, or anything, because I'm old. I haven't learned anything new in a long time because I can't learn new stuff, because if I learn new stuff, I forget old things because my brain's full. And you never know when you might learn something trivial, forget something important. Just like you might learn you like the taste of apricot whiskey, and then you might forget how to drive. Got an email, super chat coming in from Elite One, I guess is what that says. Picked up a new 4-inch 686 thanks to you. Crisp trigger, needs a better grip for it though. Yes, they always do need better grips. Never a big fan of the Smith & Wesson grips. You can see back behind me, I think all those up there, you won't see any of their plastic grips or anything like that. You'll see some of their presentation grips that I keep on, and specialty grips, but usually I switch to something else. And there's probably more Hogue than anything else up there. But, you know, I also like, can't think of the name right now. Good God. Altamont. Why can I never think of Altamont? What is wrong with me? I can never think of that name. Oops. Why does it tell me technical difficulties on? There we go. All right. Now let's get back over here. I think we got the live chat to get to now. Now on to something more important and worrisome. What do you think about the new Cosmics? I saw one a couple miles from my place, not opened yet. I don't care. I mean, what are they selling? Is it different than what McDonald's sells? Is it better? I don't know. I mean, I'm fine with McDonald's. I mean, I'm not going to sit here and say I'm a snob. I don't like McDonald's. I mean, I'll eat some McDonald's French fries. Yeah, sure. I don't like their milkshakes or anything like that. I do like the frozen Cokes. They have the best frozen Coke you can get. So I'll go to McDonald's for a frozen Coke, which I'm not supposed to have, and French fries, which also technically not supposed to have. And I'll also eat me some chicken nuggets while I'm there. If I have to have a meal, I'll get me some chicken nuggets. Be fine with it. I like that wet newspaper chicken nuggets. It's like if you go someplace where they make real chicken nuggets, I'm like, oh, these are weird. They're made out of meat. So I got nothing wrong with the McDonald's. I'm not a big fan of their burgers and stuff, but I like the fries. I like the frozen Cokes. But so I don't even know what the Cosmics or whatever they're called sell. If it's the same stuff or is it different or what? So did you go with the 1 hour method or the inferior 48-hour method on the paint? I went with the 1 hour method and it worked just fine. And I was even able to wet sand and everything in between. Like if I had a little place that was a problem, I was able to wet sand it, redo it, and take care of it. So I am now of the 1 hour mindset. Of course, I can't say that the 48 hours is not better, but the 1 hour worked fine for me. Go full redneck and paint the vehicle with interior latex paint. I could do that. I got a lot of latex paint around. I tuned in once again. You were talking about Trump. Why do you love him so much? I don't love him. I don't love any politicians, but he is the president, you know. I love when people say, well, you got to talk about Trump. But well, you know he's the president, right? Why aren't you talking about him? Why aren't you paying attention to what he's doing? He's the president right now. And the things they do matter. You know, like it's like you'll see people still talking about Hillary Clinton. I'm like, why the fuck are you talking about Hillary Clinton? Pay attention to Donald Trump. Less in Patreon now because the economy has totally gone to shit. My car insurance went from $73 to $178. Chuck roast went from $1.49 to $9.99, meaning just no longer have spare money. That's true. A lot of people don't have spare money. But the same people that say, I don't have $2 to help save pets and vets or pets and other animals, you know, whatever, will have no problem buying their cigarettes and their beer. Used to drive me crazy about my nephew and my cousins. We don't have money for rent this month. I'm like, you drink a case of beer every night. How can you afford a case of beer at least every other night and not afford your rent? Every time I see you, you got a cigarette in your mouth. How are you affording those when you can't afford your rent? I think when you have 3 children, rent would take precedent over beer and cigarettes, but it didn't seem to. Also, I'm like, you keep coming to me for money. You've got 3 4-wheelers. And every time I turn around, you've got a new dirt bike or something. Oh, I get those used and fix them up. Yeah, but that's still, you didn't get them for free. And you don't need them. So fuck off, I finally said. Blood's thicker than water, but it ain't that thick. I ain't that thick. You're counting on me being thicker than blood. I ain't that thick. And I don't mind people spending money on themselves as long as they cover their basics. It's like, you know, if someone gives 10% of their income to charity and then blows whatever they got on whatever they want, I'm like, fine, you're doing your part. It's the people who spend nothing on helping other people and then bitch about, you know, other people. That's what gets me. especially when the people will make the same amount of money. So I got, family members that make about the same amount of money, and some of them manage to help other people, help their family, blah, blah, blah. And then some of them spend every penny on themselves. But, and that I don't approve of. But if you are helping other people doing your part and then you spend your own money on yourself, there's nothing wrong with that. I don't find that at all. It's like these big gun channels. I wouldn't care how much money they made if they just put back the bare minimum into doing what's right for people. And the Second Amendment, they don't. They hoard every penny for themselves. Danny Pennant says, are you ready to go vegan for the animals? No. I know my weaknesses. I got to eat my meat. Until they come up with a meat substitute that's good, I'll eat that. I don't care. It's not and I do eat a lot of fruits and vegetables, a lot. I don't eat as much meat as you might think I do. I eat meat like once a day. And even then, it's not usually a whole lot of it. But no, I'm not going vegan. Although I would love to. I would not vegan, but I wouldn't mind going vegetarian. I would still eat eggs and milk and cheese. Something where you ain't got to kill the animal or torture it. You don't have to torture an animal to get milk out of it. Let me get back over here. Make sure we're all caught up over here. We got Jeffrey Beeson just chimed in and says, for the silver bullet and the super secret rock, well, there ain't no super secret rock drawing. It's a super secret, double super secret Pico drawing. You're about a month late on the other thing. Did I miss a chat? Oh, yeah. I'm supposed to go up and cover one from earlier, wasn't I? Yeah. Avo357 says, Yanks, I'm thinking of getting a Tacoma, but I don't like the engine on the G4s. Not a fan of turbo engines. I like the 2023 3.5 liter V6 engines. Thoughts? I got no problem with turbo engines. I love turbo engines. I drive a car with a turbo engine. I've had many cars with turbos. Love a turbo engine if it's done right. Get a lot more out of a lot less without having to have all the weight and all this other stuff. So as long as it's done well and not overdone, I don't mind a turbo engine. What I'm more concerned nowadays about hybrid engines. I don't know if I'm really on board with hybrids. Like I would not keep an electric car for more than 5 years, period. Because, the warranty is like 7 years and 150,000 miles or something like that. I would never keep one until it was out of warranty. I'm always going to get rid of it a couple of years before the warranty wears out because I don't trust them. Same thing with hybrid cars. But turbos have proven themselves. I'm fine with turbos. Now, the Tacoma had some growing pains with some of their engines, but it wasn't because of the turbo. It was because of the manufacturing process of some of the iForce engines. They were leaving residue debris in the engine case, I think, is what the problem was. But they worked that out right off the bat. It did not hang around for long, that problem. So I wouldn't be worried about that. I would go with the turbo Toyota. They got a good warranty and they make a good vehicle. I would get the turbo. From everything I've seen, every review I've read, the turbo works better than the V6 did. Because a lot of those like 3.5 liter V6s, they're just a lot of wasted space. They're not that impressive. So, and that one wasn't that impressive. Naturally aspirated 3.5 liter, 3 liters, not all that impressive. So now you get up to 5 liters and above, well, then they get a little more impressive. But yeah, a turbo 4, that's a good turbo 4, and not like a tiny one, like 2.5. I like my 4-cylinder to be at least 2.5 liters. If you get down to 2 liters, then I start thinking maybe you're trying to get a little too much out of this engine. But I like it to be at least a 2.5 liter engine. I don't want to see a 2.5 liter cranking much over 310, 315 horsepower, 300 torque. But, those are my own personal preferences. But, yeah, I wouldn't have a problem with the turbo Tacoma. I would get one. In fact, get me one. I'll take one. I wouldn't mind a Tacoma. I would actually rather have the 4Runner. If you would get me a 4Runner, I would appreciate it. I would actually thank you live on air. I'll give you a hand job live on air if you buy me a Forerunner. If you're okay with that. You can wear a GIMP mask if you have to. I don't care. Impossible beyond our great brands. I check my blood work regularly. Dairy egg industry is terrible. I say go vegan and start hunting your own again. No, I think I won't do that when there's a grocery store right down the hill. I don't see a need to do that. Although I do like venison a lot. All right, let's get over here. Where are we? How are we doing on time? We're out of time. Let me make sure we're all caught up on the super chats. We finished up here with the Toyota question. All right, we're all caught up on everything, and we are out of time. So I want to say thank you to everybody who showed up. I want to say hope to see you again tomorrow. Thanks to everybody that participates in our drawings or buys merchandise, like the I support the right to arm bears, even though he does have a grenade launcher. That is arms. So don't bitch at me about it. But as I was saying, thanks to everybody for everything they do for the channel. I appreciate it. I hope to see y'all again tomorrow. Until then, remember, always carry and stay safe. I'm being a little gassy. Until I see you again.